Hello my dear children, welcome to our social science class. So in the previous class we had started a new chapter in social studies, that was chapter 18, our rights and duties. So before beginning the class for today, let us just recall whatever we have studied in the previous class. In the previous class you learned about our constitution, isn't it? So constitution means they are set of rules according to which the government governs the country. That is known as the constitution. You learned that the constitution of India came into effect on 26th January 1950. And you also learned that the constitution of India is one of the longest written constitution among all the other countries. So in this class, let us continue chapter 18, our rights and duties, and you will be learning about fundamental rights. You will be learning about fundamental rights. What are fundamental rights? So children, let us begin the class for today. So when I tell you fundamental rights, okay, let me just give you one example similar to that. Okay. By taking a simple example, just imagine a case in which your father or your mother has bought some chocolates, okay, and if he gives 3 chocolates to your sister or to your sibling, and if he just gives you 1 chocolate, how will you respond? You might start fighting, isn't it? You might start fighting, saying that you want equal share of it, isn't it? You might ask for giving the same number of chocolates as your sibling has got to you. For example, if your sibling has been given 2 chocolates, you also need 2 chocolates, isn't it? Not more, not less. The same way, the fundamental rights are certain rights that are given by our constitution. Okay, so you are aware of these rights that you have at home. Okay, those are the simple rights that you have at home. The same way, in our country, there are some basic rights. Okay, in our country, there are some basic rights. Those basic rights are the fundamental rights. So, fundamental rights, you can say that our constitution has given every citizen some basic rights. These rights are known as the fundamental rights. So, fundamental rights are the basic rights. Some of the basic rights, fundamental rights are some basic rights provided by our constitution to every citizen. So, fundamental rights, you can say that these are some basic rights that are provided by our constitution to every citizen. Citizen means the people who were born and who live in a particular country. They are known as the citizen of a country. So, you can say that our constitution has provided every citizen some basic rights. These basic rights are known as fundamental rights. Okay, and why are these fundamental rights for? Why do we need this fundamental rights? Fundamental rights are for the welfare of the people or for the well-being of the people. It is for the well-being of the people or for the well-being of every citizen. Well-being means for the good of the citizen of India. Okay, well-being means for the good of the citizen of India, to ensure that whether they are living happily, whether they have enough wealth, whether they have job, okay, for their well-being, for their good being. A state of good being is known as the well-being or the welfare of the people. These rights are for the good of the people or for the well-being of the people. So, I will repeat once again, fundamental rights means our constitution has provided every citizen some basic rights. These rights are known as the fundamental rights, and it is for the well-being of every citizen of India. And you also can move to court. You can move to court if you are denied any of these rights. Okay, you can move to court if you are denied any of these rights. Denied means if you are not allowed or if you don't get any of these rights. Okay, if you are not allowed to follow any of these rights, you can move to court. So, if you are disallowed from any of these rights, you can move to court. So, fundamental rights are some basic rights provided by our constitution to every citizen. It is for the well-being of the people of our country, and you can move to court if these rights are denied. Okay, and there are 6 fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights. Okay. So, in our country or our constitution has given 6 fundamental rights that all of you can enjoy. Okay. The first one is right to equality. The second one is right to freedom. Okay. The third one is right against exploitation. Fourth is right to freedom of religion. Then the next is cultural and educational rights. The next one is right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so which are the 6 fundamental rights, children? See that you underline these points in your textbook. You have to study these 6 points. Okay, so the first one is right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Okay, these are the rights that every citizen have. Every citizen of India have these rights, as the constitution has provided us with these rights. Okay, and these are the basic rights. So, let us see what does right to equality mean. Okay, right to equality. Here I have shown one picture over here, right to equality. Okay, right to equality. That means everyone has to be treated equal. Okay, so right to equality means all citizens has to be treated equal. See, the citizens, all the citizens are treated equal before the law. Law means the rules that are put forward by the government. Law means they are rules or regulations that are put forward by the government. So, all the people has to be treated equal before law. That is right to equality. That is the meaning of equality. Equality means all the citizens or every citizen is considered equal. And also every citizen should be considered equal irrespective of their religion, whether they are a Hindu, Muslim or a Sikh or a Christian. They have to be treated equal. So, all people irrespective of their religion, caste, race, sex and place of birth. That means whether which race means there are some group of people. Okay, according to, for example, the American race. Okay, according to their physical appearance, we call them as race. So, according to the heredity or culture that they follow. Whatever culture they are following, whether they are black or white, whether he is a black person or whether she is a white girl or white person, we have to treat them alike. Okay, so this right to equality, what does it see to? It sees that all citizens irrespective of their religion, caste, race, sex and place of birth are treated equal. They have to be treated equal before law. Whether he is a boy or a girl, they have to be treated equal. Okay, all of them are considered equal before law. That is the meaning of right to equality. Even I told you one simple example similar to that. At home you need equal share of that chocolates, isn't it? The same amount that your sibling gets, you also have to get. The same way, right to equality ensures that all citizens are treated equal before law. Okay. Then the next right is right to freedom. Okay, what does right to freedom give us? Okay, according to right to freedom means, according to this right, we are allowed to speak. That means every citizen is allowed to speak freely. Every citizen is allowed to speak freely, then to choose the occupation of their choice. To choose occupation of their choice, to reside and travel anywhere within the country. And one more right is there, that is very important. It ensures free and compulsory education to all children between the age of 6 and 14. Okay, what is that right? Ensures free and compulsory education to which children between ages 6 to 14. Between 6 and 14 years of age. Okay, so these are the rights that you enjoy according to the right to freedom. So right to freedom ensures us that we can speak freely. We are allowed to speak freely. We can say whatever we want. We can talk with freedom. Okay, then the next one is choose the occupation of your choice. Occupation of your choice means the job of your choice. The next one is to reside and travel anywhere within the country. Reside means to live. Okay, to stay. To live and travel anywhere within the country. Within India you can travel or you can stay anywhere. Then the next one is to provide free and compulsory education to children between the age of 6 and 14. Between 6 and 14 the children should be given compulsory education. Okay, should be given compulsory education between the ages of what? 6 and 14 years of age. Compulsory. Okay, that is the right to freedom. That is what right to freedom ensures the citizens. Then next right was the right against exploitation. Right against exploitation means you are using someone unfairly. Okay, you are getting the benefit in order to get some benefit from them. You are using someone unfairly, or you are being unfair to a people or a person so that you will get some benefit from them. That is known as exploitation. So, right against this exploitation ensures certain things. It ensures that the poor people can work and get the pay. So, it means that the poor people will not be cheated. The poor people, if they work, they will get the payment for it. Okay. It ensures that the poor people are not meant to do work without payment. Okay, that is what the right against exploitation means. That means the poor people are not made to work without pay. So, right against exploitation means we are being unfair to a group of people for our benefit. It also ensures that the poor people are not made to work without pay. At the same time, it also ensures that there is no child labor. Child labor means it also ensures that the children below 14 years of age are not made to go for employment, are not made to go for work. Okay, that is the next thing that is coming under right against exploitation. Children below 14 years of age are not made to work. Okay, it also ensures that the children below 14 years of age are not employed. Years that means there is no child labor. There is no child labor. That means the children are not allowed to work if they are below 14 years of age. So, exploitation means we are being unfair to a group of people so that we will get some benefit. So, in this comes what all comes in under this right. We are making sure that the poor people are not made to work without pay. If they work, they have to get the wage for it, or they have to get the salary or payment for it. Then it also sees that the children below 14 years of age are not employed. That means it also avoids child labor. It sees that there is no child labor. That is also a fundamental right. That is what is coming under right against exploitation. Then the next is right against freedom of religion. Right against freedom of religion means you can follow any religion of your choice. You can follow it, you can practice it. That is right against freedom of religion. That is the fourth fundamental right. Then the fifth fundamental right is cultural and educational rights. What is the fifth fundamental right? It is the cultural and educational rights. Cultural and educational rights are majorly meant for the minorities. Okay, minorities means they are group of people who are less in number. In a particular country. You can also say that they are group of people who are economically backward or backward according to their status. Okay, likewise like the ones who doesn't have wages. So, this cultural and educational right, what does it do? Minorities means the group of people who are less in number. In that comes the economically backward people, then the people who are the tribes who are less in number. All those comes in cultural and educational rights. Their rights are protected under this. Okay, so it ensures that they get free education, at the same ensures that they get proper education. They are not denied from education. Why? Because they don't have much money to spend, isn't it? So it ensures that they are given education. At the same time, these minorities can follow and preserve their culture. These minorities can follow and preserve their culture. So just remember, minorities means the group of people who are less in number. So this fundamental right protects their rights. Okay, it ensures that the minority people gets education, at the same time they are free to follow their culture and also to preserve their culture and heritage. Okay, that is what cultural and educational rights provide us. The next one is the right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies means if you are denied any of the fundamental right, you can go to the court or you can move to court. Okay, why? Because you are free to have or you are free to enjoy all these 6 fundamental rights. So if someone disallows you from enjoying these fundamental rights, you can move to court. That is the right against constitutional remedies. So children, please learn these 6 fundamental rights and please underline these points in your textbook. I hope that this is clear to you. So I will just repeat once more whatever you have learned in this chapter, in this video. So you were learning about the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights means a country has put forward, has given every citizen some basic rights. These basic rights are known as fundamental rights. And there are 6 fundamental rights that are put forward by our constitution, and it is for the well-being of the citizens of our country. And the 6 fundamental rights, the first one is right to equality. Right to equality means all the citizens are treated before law, equal before law, are treated equal before law irrespective of their religion, caste, their race, their sex or the place of birth. Okay, that is right to equality. Then there is right to freedom. Right to freedom means you have the freedom to speak freely, then to choose the occupation of your choice. Then you can also live and travel anywhere within the country. The right to freedom also ensures that the children between the age of 6 and 14 are getting free and compulsory education. Okay, it is very important. Children between the age of 6 and 14 are given free and compulsory education. Next one is right against exploitation. That means it ensures that none of the people are treated unfairly. So if poor people are doing the work, they have to get the payment for it, isn't it? Poor people should be given the payment for it. At the same time, there should be no child labor. It also banishes or it also avoids child labor. That means the children below 14 years of age should not be employed. That is to remove child labor. Okay, then next is freedom of religion. You can follow any religion of your choice. You can practice it. You can practice any religion also. Then next is cultural and educational right. This right is for the minorities. Minorities means the group of people who are less in number in a country. It says that they are getting enough education, they are provided with education. At the same time, they are allowed to follow and preserve their culture. Okay, I told you one example. Minorities means the economically backward people are considered as minorities. It can be among the caste or it can be among some tribes. Okay, like the tribal people, all those comes under the minorities. Then the next one is right to constitutional remedies. Okay, constitutional remedies means if anybody denies any of these fundamental rights, if you are denied any of these fundamental rights, you can move to court. Okay, so please study these portions well, children. So children, I hope that this part is clear for you. So thank you children.